Good morning, everyone. Um, this is always a hard topic. Yesterday was Jack's birthday, and he would have been 15. So it was a hard weekend. He was 8.5 when he died, and 6.5 years later, there's always, it's just hard. It's just really fucking hard. um, and I wanted to share with you what it's like. And every year it's different. Every anniversary it's different. Every birthday is different. Um, and this past birthday was no different. And last week I started to feel depressed and like kind of lethargic and not really motivated to do anything. Um, and just kept going about my life. And then, um, I always say like grief is love, grief is a tsunami, grief is also like a Cambodian landmine is another one that I say where, back in 2002, I spent about a year for like 9 months in Asia. And one of the places that I went was Angkor Wat, which is this amazing World Heritage Site in Cambodia. And one of the things that they would like tell us all the time is to stay on the path. Do not go off the path when like you're hiking through these like jungles, because there are landmines that are still they didn't find all the landmines, and so you could, if you go off the track, you could like get blown up, or you could like blow up your foot or whatever. So I always kind of say that grief is like also like a Cambodian landmine where you're just going about your day and then all of a sudden you get hit. So the asparagus is what got me this year. And my girls, as awesome as they are, they help unpack the groceries and put them away. And one of them shoved a whole bunch of asparagus into the drawer in the fridge, and I couldn't open up the fridge, and the asparagus was all like breaking, and I just lost it. I just fucking lost it, and I just started crying, and I just went into here and went in onto my little couch over there and curled up into a ball, and I just started to cry. And clearly it was not about the asparagus. It was about Jack and just the sensitivity and the tenderness that I feel during certain times of the year, and his birthday is one of them. And um, so yesterday and then on top of it, I like woke up and like, being midlife and 50, I woke up, I call them sleep injuries, and woke up, I had the worst crick in my neck, and I'm in crazy pain for it, but it was like insult to injury. And it's just yesterday, I just let myself be. I had friends that were doing stuff for Jack, and I had to honor myself and just be in it. And I had to be in my cave, which is like my room, and I spent most of my day there. And then, and I just cried, and I looked through pictures, and I just tended to myself. And so, I never know how it's going to hit, and I always have to honor myself and really lean into and feel into what is it that I need for myself. So I needed to be in bed until like 1:30 in the afternoon, and then me and my girls went for Chinese food. We needed some comfort food. Rob was away, and he was doing what he needed to do for him, and I just tended to myself, and I ate Chinese food, and I came home, and one of my best friends came over with this whole like neck contraption for my neck, and then I watched a movie with the girls. So um you know for those who have lost a child, I know there's a few of us in this group, or any any grief, whether it's an animal or a partner or a parent or whatever, grief is love. You're never, going to stop loving that person who you lost. And so, some days, like I said, like grief is like an ocean, and some days you're having a tsunami, like I did over the asparagus and like I did yesterday morning in bed. And then other days you're just gonna, there are gonna be waves that you go through. And then other days you're gonna be in a calm ocean, right? But you're never gonna stop loving your person. And so, so I guess remember that for those times, but the most important thing is to just truly be fully present in that moment and do what you need to do for yourself, and so, and it's not about the other people. It's not about, whatever. It's whatever you need to do, and to be fully present in it, no matter how sucky it is. Like I definitely feel a little bit of an emotional hangover from yesterday, but I also know that I needed to do it to tend to myself. And so, grief lives in your heart, and it lives in your heart center, in your heart chakra, which is all about unconditional love. And so again, that grief is love. And I, for myself, give myself grace. And because I know that I'm extra tender around this time and in February, which is his anniversary. And, life in general is a series of deaths and rebirths, and whether it's figurative or literal, right? And it's pain, it's suffering, and it's pain, and it's messy, and it doesn't feel good. And give yourself grace and be patient with yourself if you are in the throes of grief. And like, maybe this doesn't resonate with you right now, but if it does, like, just remember to give yourself that grace and just go easy on yourself. And always, 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 always look for the signs, because they are out there. And I was playing cards on Saturday, and I looked at my hand, and I had two jacks in my hand. The Jack of Hearts, which is totally him, and then the Jack of Diamonds. And I was like, okay, there you are. And then last night I was getting into bed, and I was like trying to put this contraption on my neck, and I was like, I had my computer so I could watch my 90 Day Fiance, because I love it, and I had to honor myself, and that was part of my process. And so, and I go to pull the sheets over to get into bed, and I found this thing, and I was like, what is this? And I was like, is it a note? Because like back in the day when Rob would go away, like when we were first together, for people, not now, but he would like leave little notes, and I would leave little notes for him. So I was like, maybe this is a note. But I picked it up, and it was kind of like toilet papery, right? And I was like, all right, but I unfolded it, and before I show you this, I was like, oh my God, I was like, holy shit. And then one of my daughters came down to put her phone away, and I was like, hey, check this out. Did you do this? Because like sometimes they like, do little things, right? And she's like, no, whoa. And then the other one came down to put her phone away, because PS, their phones stay in the kitchen, or else they're going to be on it all the time, right? And then the other one came down, and I asked her, and she's like, no, I didn't do it either. So basically it was like, it's just, toilet paper, which is like, I'm like, oh, gross. Like, why is there even toilet paper in my bed? But I unfold it as a fucking whale. I mean, can you see that? So look for the signs. I have no idea how this toilet paper got in my bed. Nobody did it. I have no idea how I got there. I unfolded it, and it was whale, and it was Jack. And I know that to be true. So look for the signs. They never leave us. They are always around. They're just not in physical form. All right. I love you, friends. And I would love to hear what helped. If this helped, if this resonated, what points resonated with you. And if you have anything that has helped you in your grief journey, please share them, because they will be helpful for all of us. Okay. Love you. Bye.